On Wednesday, February 7th, representatives from several of the area's nonprofit organizations converged on the Manchester Community Library for a third in a series of community conversations, opportunities to get together, meet, network, discuss challenges and opportunities, and attend a series of workshops on subjects ranging from how to get your press release into the local newspaper to social media, artificial intelligence, marketing, and storytelling. The event kicked off with a keynote address by GNAT-TV's executive director, Tammy Riley, who discussed embracing technological change and how to make it work.
What I want to talk about today is creating a digital-first culture, some trends that you might want to know about. My belief that innovation is what makes us relevant to the people we serve. The importance of human-centered thinking. It's all about the people, after all. And at the end, maybe we can have some time to think about how we collaborate. But it will help you do your work and meet your mission. The fundraising, the donations, reaching folks. Entertaining content, we have to start entertaining folks. They're going on social media to connect with people, but they really want to be entertaining. So we need to keep that in mind when we're developing content for social media. And as my social media manager reminds me, you need to develop content for email that's different than social media, that's different than television. You can't take a one-size-fits-all piece and put it out there. It's not going to work.
Following the keynote address, the audience divided up into smaller groups to discuss a range of subjects. Susan Allen, the editor of the Manchester Journal, led a conversation about press releases in the era of online newspapers. Becky Trudell of GNAT-TV led a workshop focused on artificial intelligence.
Like ChatGPT, yes. Especially anything that you're not actually paying for, but there are specific programs that you can use that are specifically made for donor bases and keeping that information private and not having it sort of go out. So it's going to do all of the reporting for you, but without spitting all of the information out into the world.
Meanwhile, Mike Gordon, a freelance graphic designer, walked a group of nonprofit leaders through the workings of Canva, a free-to-use online graphic tool. We caught up with Susan Allen of the Manchester Journal afterwards.
I think there was huge value two different directions. I was meeting with all the nonprofits and trying to help them figure out how to get their message into the newspaper. And when I say into the newspaper, I mean out to the public. And they are doing great work, and they're volunteers, and they're thinly staffed, and they want to get the word out what they're doing and how they're doing, and if they're having a fundraiser where you can send money to and why you want to send money. So I'm trying to help them get their message to me so I can get it to the public. And the flip side is they help me. Newspapers have a pretty slim staff these days, as I think the public knows, and they're sending copy that I can get into the newspaper, so it's giving relevant information to the community, sort of with minimal impact on my staff. So that's very helpful to me. It's helpful to both of us. Ultimately, it's helpful to the public.
Following a lunch break, also an opportunity to network some more and catch up with the morning's unanswered email, it was back for more breakout sessions, featuring Ty Paquette of the Bennington County Habitat for Humanity talking on social media, John Burnham of the Manchester Business Association on direct marketing, Ed Surgeon of the Manchester Community Library unlocking the power of Google Forms, and Bert Grinstead of GNAT-TV on the art of storytelling.
If I make a video on a tomato that's a perfect slicer for cheeseburgers, and it delivers on that promise, and people are watching the whole video because they're excited about that's what they came there for, then I've succeeded, because the more that's going to get shared more and more and more. So this is all playing into the YouTube algorithm specifically, but this is also true for the other platforms.
The day-long event was a good way to bring people working in the nonprofit community together for idea sharing and possible future collaborations, said the library's executive director, Ed Surgeon.
Well, the initial idea was that post-COVID, and I know we're probably thinking that we're all beyond that now, but so many of the players, the faces and the leadership in organizations throughout the county had changed, that the opportunity to get together in person was really, really important. We wanted to bridge the divide between North and South Shires, between Manchester and Bennington, and we've had some success in doing that. And we also really want to encourage collaboration between our organizations. And I don't want to suggest that that hasn't happened over time. It has. But the scale of the problems that we're working on and the opportunities we face really necessitate that we work together at scale in a way that we haven't done before. And so it's really important for us to get out of our lanes, to work together. And so we want to promote that. We want to continue to build relationships, continue to build capacity for our organizations across the county and southwestern Vermont to serve the public.
Like every other industry, the nonprofit world is an evolving community, and more conversations are likely to come. For the GNAT-TV News Project, I'm Andrew McKeever.